Are coding benchmarks just broken? For years, AI coding models were measured with benchmarks like HumanEval, where the model is given a function description and has to write the correct code. Or CodeForces-style problems, where the model serves a clean algorithmic puzzles. Those are certainly useful, but they mostly test a clean version of coding. Here's a prompt, here's a function signature, now write the function to actually solve the problem. But real software engineering usually looks more like this. You get a vague bug report in an existing code base, and now you have to dig through the repository to figure out where the problem actually lives and solve it. So the hardest part isn't just writing the fix, but actually understanding the part of the system and changing the right thing and making sure that what you just fixed doesn't actually break the entire system. SWE-bench is one of the first benchmarks that tries to capture this more in a realistic version of coding. SWE-bench evaluates whether AI systems can resolve real GitHub issues. The original benchmark has 2,294 tasks instances from 12 popular Python libraries, built by crawling real issues and pull requests. For each task, the AI system gets the issue text and the code base before the human actually fixes it. It then has to modify the repository and produce a patch, and that patch gets applied and the benchmark runs the test to see if the issue were actually solved or not. So SWE-bench is not asking, can the model write a small function? It is asking, can an AI system act inside a real code base and produce a working fix? Technically, SWE-bench is a coding benchmark, but it is not coding in the sense of solving self-contained algorithmic puzzles. The distinction is coding challenge style coding versus software engineering style coding. So going back to HumanEval, the benchmark we mentioned earlier, HumanEval asks, can the model write the correct function? But SWE-bench asks something very different. Can the system resolve a real issue in a real repository? There are also different versions of SWE-bench as well. SWE-bench Full is the original benchmark with 2,294 GitHub issues, tasks from 12 Python repos. SWE-bench Lite is a much smaller 300 task subset designed to make evaluation cheaper and faster. And SWE-bench Verified is a 500 task subset created with OpenAI. The naming can get confusing, but each version exists for a reason. Verified is important because OpenAI found that some original SWE-bench tasks were flawed. For example, some issues were really vague, so the model might not have enough information to know what the correct fix should be. Some tasks had unreliable code environment, so the test might actually fail for the setup reasons instead of being the model that actually wrote bad code. And some tests were too specific, meaning they could reject a valid solution just because it did not match the exact implementation the benchmark expected. So Verified is not just a SWE-bench, but harder. Verified is a SWE-bench, but cleaner. It filters for tasks where the issues is not clear and tests are not fair. The problem is actually solvable from the information that was provided within the problem set. Compared to other modern benchmarks, SWE-bench sits in a specific place. LiveCodeBench, for example, tests for fresh competitive programming style coding. Either Polyglot tests whether a model can edit existing code across multiple languages. TerminalBench is another one where it tests whether an agent can complete realistic tasks inside a terminal. SWE-bench tests repository level issue resolution. As you can see, there are a lot of coding benchmarks here, but not all of them are measuring the same thing. Each one is trying to capture a different slice of what being good at coding actually means. But now, SWE-bench Verified may also become saturated as well. Saturated means the benchmark stops being a strong signal. What ends up happening is that scores end up getting really high and top models bunch together somewhere in the top, and everyone essentially optimizes for the same benchmark to get the highest score. There's also contamination because these are public GitHub repositories, so the models may have seen the repo and actually seen the pull request and patched during training, which would mean that the model had early access to the problem. That is why OpenAI eventually stopped reporting SWE-bench Verified, saying that it no longer measured frontier coding capability well enough. But the reason why people may still talk about SWE-bench is because it changed what coding benchmarks were trying to measure in the first place. It moved the conversation from isolated functions to real repositories, real issues, and real patches. Now, the next generation of benchmarks may need to go even further than what we have today. Harder tasks, harder workflows that even look closer at actual software engineering itself.